Welcome to Slash Detroit. For Thursday, March 6, 2014, today's episode is brought to you by Novi Mayor Bob Gatt and all the totally appropriate things he included in the intro video for his State of the City address.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's a gorgeous day. It's a beautiful day out there in a neighborhood called Novi. I'm gonna have a good fresh cup of coffee. Somebody made it. Oh, it's good. But Mayor Bob likes to put a little tiny bit of sweetener in his coffee. Helps me relax.
Attention food lovers, the Detroit Free Press just announced their pick for 2014 Restaurant of the Year. And the winner is Torino in Ferndale, where Chef Garrett Lepar whips up his new 7-dish tasting menu each week. Congratulations.
Last week, John Dingle Jr., who's so old his birth certificate has expired, announced that he will be retiring as the longest-serving member in congressional history. The 87-year-old Democrat from Dearborn has been in office for nearly 60 years after taking the seat from his father, who had held it for 22 years himself. Congressman Dingle, whose Social Security number is 57, will leave behind a legacy of being fiercely pro-auto, pro-Detroit, pro-13th Amendment, pro-universal healthcare, and pro-gun rights. But don't think the Dingle family has relinquished its grasp on local politics just yet. Debbie Dingle, who is John's significantly younger wife, announced on Friday that she will be running for her husband's open seat. Mrs. Dingle shares much of the social democratic platform that her husband has been pushing for the last 6 decades, but unlike her husband, who still retains his Civil War rifle, she is a strong advocate for tougher gun control laws.
In January, Detroit City Council President Pro Tem George Cushenberry escaped any serious penalties when police found marijuana and an open liquor bottle in his car. But he was cited for failing to signal, and on Monday had to face a judge in court. His ticket was dismissed after the officer who issued it failed to appear in court. The Cush's reprieve proved to be temporary, however, as the ticket will be reissued. The officer had not been notified of his court date because he had changed positions, and the notice was sent to his old post.
The owner of the Packard plant, Fernando Palazuelo, says his redevelopment efforts are being stalled due to a dispute with the ex-owner. Dominic Christini is asking for $3.5 million to clear a title dispute and claims that Wayne County foreclosed on his property in error. Palazuelo paid $405,000 for the property last year and says this is a case of typical blackmail and that Christmas is over.
Bad news, fancy food eaters. It looks like plans to put an upscale grocer in the bottom 3 floors of the First National Building have been put on the shelf. Papa Joe's Gourmet Market and Bedrock Real Estate Services have failed to come to an agreement on the terms of the lease. Bedrock, which is in the Quicken family of companies, is shopping the space to other grocers, but it has not yet shut the door on Papa Joe's completely. Originally, the market was supposed to open this April. Papa Joe's is still planning to open a smaller market inside the Renaissance Center, which will be totally accessible to all of downtown's hungry residents.
WalletHub.com commissioned a study to determine the best American city in which to find a job. The study took into account a variety of factors, such as job openings per capita, cost of living, and average salary. The site ranked Detroit as the 38th best job market among the nation's 60 largest cities. Although we were pretty far down the list, we ranked number 1 in industrial variety, meaning we're a decent location for a range of occupations. And thanks to our low property values, we were also number 1 in home buying power. Hooray, silver lining.
Pure Detroit, the seller of local collectibles, t-shirts, and those cool seatbelts you use to keep your britches up, has opened a new storefront in the Belle Isle Aquarium. Its new Island Outpost is now open Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with expanded hours expected when the weather heats up. A portion of the sales will support the Belle Isle Conservancy.
When the Metro Times blowout got too big for its Hamtramck britches and expanded beyond our Punchki parish, local hipsters needed a music festival to call their own. Enter the Hamtramck Music Festival, which kicks off tonight. From now until Saturday, you can see over 100 bands, including Bricktown Station, Rogue Satellite, Botanical Fortress, and Cosmic Light Shapes. Tickets are $9.99 and are available on HamtramckMusicFestival.com.
On Saturday, the Detroit Waza Flow of the Professional Arena Soccer League will host a quarterfinal playoff game against the hated Cleveland Freeze.
Allow me to break the ice.
During the regular season, Detroit Waza secured the top seed in the Eastern Division with a record of 11 wins and 5 losses. Should they give the Clevelanders the thrashing they deserve, Waza will head to Chicago to play in the Final Four. The game is at 7 p.m. at the Melvindale Civic Arena, and tickets are only $12 for adults and $8 for their kids.
Let's kick some ice.